You've chosen to watch trochanteric bursitis, not an uncommon work-related injury, especially one with the right biomechanical trauma, a fall onto the lateral aspect of the hip or a blow to the lateral aspect of the hip. The first part of any hip examination is passive range of motion, comparing the normal and abnormal sides. The normal side first. Here we see the left hip being flexed 90 degrees at the hip, 90 degrees at the knee, and utilizing the lower leg as a goniometer to measure external rotation, measuring internal rotation. And of course, we compare the normal side to the right abnormal side. After examining range of motion of the hip, you want to define your anatomy. You want to find the greater trochanter. In a thin person, quite easily, supine position, top of the iliac crest, the next bump down laterally is the tip of the greater trochanter. And in this case, you want to compare the non-painful asymptomatic side to the painful symptomatic side. If there's a difference, sometimes that's all you need to do. If you're not sure, you can provoke the patient into much more of a painful response. Turn a patient in a left lateral decubitus position, and now from the iliac crest, you can almost see across the room the greater trochanter sticking out at you. Deep palpation of that might be all you need, or a little more provocation. Have him use his own tensor fascia lata, elevate the leg, resist. So you're using his own musculoskeletal envelope for direct pressure. Now add thumb palpation to the greater trochanter, positive trochanteric bursitis. Your documentation and your clinical notes is how you and Texas Mutual will define the workplace injury. Only by using the pertinent positives and documenting the pertinent negatives can we arrive at a correct diagnosis. Thank you for watching Workplace Diagnosis.